भवतु भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् हरि ओम हरि ओम। The same teacher in the school, college, or even dance and music, the performance differs from student to student. Teacher is same, books are same, all facilities are same. Yet performance differs from student to student. Yes, a small aspect of difference in IQ may be there, but that's not all. The main thing is commitment, integration, bringing the head and the heart together. While you are doing a thing, your mind is somewhere, your intellect is somewhere, that action cannot bring the best results. Where there is actually a sloka for dance, wherever your hand goes, your mind should go. Yato yato, something is there. So, where your hands are going, your mind should go. Your intellect should go. That makes the difference from student to student. This is called Shraddha. Shraddha is an integrated mind and intellect. Once you have this, performance will be at its peak. So also, now many of you are coming to this class. 60 have given names, 25 have come, and in that 20 came on the dot, 4 or 5 came little late, another 5 may come. By the time I close this Vivekachudamani, my usual numbers, single digit will be there. Right? What is the reason? You didn't have the commitment. You didn't feel. This is very, very important. You just gave the name because everybody is going. There may be something in that. Let me see that. They say Upanishads, Gita, Vivekachudamani are all great. Let me try. Let me try. Good. But that cannot give you the best results. Once you feel, this is what I want, nothing else, nobody can stop you from getting that experience. Even while you are living, you are listening to only one class. Each verse in all these Shastras, each word of every Guru, each class is complete by itself. You can gain that experience in one class. After that, your vasanas will be there. They come and disturb you on and off, but you cannot be thrown off your feet. Vasanas will come, but you know now what is real, what is you, what are things that are not you, what are passing phases which are necessary. So you do not resist, you do not become a prey. You neither resist nor you become a prey to that. Right? That commitment, if it is not there, getting such a lovely opportunity to discover that you are that God, that perfection, that immortality, that bliss you are seeking through all our activities, day and night, but not got them. That particular status you will gain as you are hearing. Yes, for some time, for some years, vasanas will be there. You are not worried because now you know what is real, what is not real. Unreal, they come and try to do mischief with you, you dismiss them. You are not worried. So without this Shraddha, you are not doing justice to your material pursuits, nor are you getting the benefit that you are supposed to get from this Shastra listening. You better get into the world fully, see what it can give, be convinced, be convinced. This is what it can give. I need more than this. I deserve more than this. I need more than this. I deserve more than this. Why should I be number two to anybody? Why should I be number two to anybody? If this urge is not there fully in you, better for some more time go and analyze the world. That is why in Mundaka Upanishad it says, for whom is this given? Pariksha Lokan, one who examined the world. Pariksha Lokan, Karma Chitan, the world of activity. That what the world of actions can do. Actions can give you results for living. It doesn't make a life. There is a difference between living and life. Life is what you experience, the security, the happiness, the evolutionary mind intellect. That's all life. Living is, in fact, for living, I don't know why we are all doing so much, including me. Cows don't do much. Ask Kausalya. Cows don't do much. They are happy. They are worshipped also. They don't have courts. They don't have arrests and legal problems. They are also doing the same, eating, sleeping, producing children. What way are you different? Why do you want to do so much? And through your exercises, what all you get are still finite, breeding sorrows. If power, wealth can give happiness, Siddhartha would have not left kingdom. If power and wealth could give happiness, I'm giving you historical figures. Ashoka would have not left the kingdom. Historical details. If talents, popularity can give you happiness and fullness, Rajinikanth would have not escaped to the Himalayas for some time. The Swamis who have left everything, sleeping in the verandas, kings come and prostrate to them. Why? The Swamis have what the kings don't have. What the kings have, the Swamis don't need. The Swamis have that joy, that freedom, that sovereignty, what the kings don't have. What the kings have, they do not want. Yanisha sarvabhutana tasyam jagrati samyami. We did this in Isavasya Upanishad. No. Second chapter, Gita. Right? Second chapter, Gita. Yanisha sarvabhutana tasyam jagrati samyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato mune. If your priorities, if your data, if your GPS is not perfect, how will you ever reach your destination? If you have no destination, what's your life worth? You must have some destination, whatever it is. And all destinations, all efforts are meant to give total freedom from sorrow and give happiness. Let it be a saint or a sinner. But things got through effort, things got through cause-effect relationship, things got to production, all can only give you comfort. Comfort is no guarantee for peace. You have all comforts, you can't sleep. There are people sleeping on the stinking sewage canals, snoring. And they don't get your disease. When COVID came, Lalita's servant told her, we won't get all this. Right? What confidence? Right values, right living, right priorities. You and I, not only wrong priorities, all our life we are living for others, to impress on others. To impress on others. The very minute you think that you have to impress on others, you have made them bigger than you, and you made yourself lower than them. You have humiliated yourself. Then what is the problem in the world humiliating? You choose that. What to be done? I told you it cannot be gained through action. Then what is the other way? If you want something infinite, if you want something infinite, it cannot be got in time, in place. It has to be everywhere at all times. That which is there everywhere at all times has only to be known, not gained through action. So I have to know that. How do I know? All of us, everything in this world is nothing but that infinite. It has in it the power, without losing its basic characteristic, to appear to be different in forms and names. The names and forms are its becoming nature. The essential substance in these names and forms, like the gold in the ornaments, is the being. Gold in it has the capacity, without undergoing a change, to appear as though it is different in a bangle, different in a chain, different in an earring. The waker, not undergoing a change, appears in his dream as a king, as a beggar, as a criminal, as a friend, as an enemy. You can't have a dream without a waker. You can't have an ornament without the gold. You can't have waves and bubbles without water. Therefore, is there something different other than water that makes the wave different, bubble different, in dream your waker different, in your friend different, your enemy different, chain different, bangle different? Is there something? They're only forms. They're only names. They're only forms. They're only names. An analysis, they are nothing but one indivisible, infinite, blissful, conscious existence. That is you. Know this. Right then, you are the Lord of Lords. Don't know this. Even if you are the emperor of the world, you are still a beggar. You are still a beggar. There is a story. Alexander was on his way to India somewhere, on his pursuit of conquering the world. While their troops were going, there was an old man who loves to expose himself to sunlight, lying down in the desert. Alexander's troops went and told him, "Get off, Alexander is coming." The man didn't listen. They threatened him, "We'll kill you." That man didn't listen. Then they went and told Alexander, he is very obstinate. Alexander himself came and said, "Why? You have lost interest in your life?" He didn't bother. "I will kill you." He didn't bother. Then Alexander got a surprise. How can a man be like this? Then he asked him, "Who are you? You seem to be so indifferent to death, so independent, not afraid of me. The whole world shakes. Who are you?" The man got contempt and he said, "I am Diogenes the dog. I am Diogenes the dog." He's a philosopher, Diogenes. He calls himself, no, earlier, "Alexander, don't you know who I am?" He kept quiet. "I am Alexander the Great." Since he said, "I am Alexander the Great," he said, "I am Diogenes the dog." Then Alexander said, "If By my destiny, I am not Alexander the Great. I will any day prefer to be Diogenes the dog. I would any day prefer to be Diogenes the dog. Because Alexander's sovereignty, happiness depended upon Diogenes. Diogenes' happiness, security depended upon Alexander. Death could not shake him. That is called freedom. That is called independence. That is called moksha. Moksha is not a post-mortem state. It's freedom from all your assumptions, presumptions, thoughts, your own mind. Man minus mind is God, because God plus mind is man, says Gurudev. God plus mind is man, man minus mind is God. You experience every day in sleep. There is no mind, you experience absolute bliss. Every day you experience. So, we are a mixture of, like the gold is a mixture, the ornament is a mixture of gold and name and form. Wave is a mixture of water and a name and a form. Dreamer is a mixture of waker and the name and the form. We're all mixtures of something real, something apparent. The apparent is subject to change, becoming. The essential thing in that is not subject to change, that is the being. We today are living to cater to that which is becoming, which is finite, missing this being that you are. You have to know that the becoming is not different from the being. So there also you don't have to do anything. You don't have to change the becoming. Only you have to know that the becoming is nothing but the being. The becoming is nothing but the being. So this knowledge is the saving knowledge for all beings, from death, from sorrow, from humiliation, from all limitations. This should be got. It is the only thing that you can gain as you are listening. You can gain as you are listening. How? I told you that which doesn't change in you is that. Whatever changes is not that. Body changes, you are not that. Mind changes, you are not that. Intellect changes, you are not that. Who are you? The one who sees the body changing, the mind changing, the intellect changing, he himself not changing, that is you. What is so difficult in this? To know this is not difficult. To live in that, free from all vasanas, is difficult. But you don't even need that. Even this knowledge is enough if you are practicing. Anytime the mind disturbs, you just say, that's not me, this is me, that's enough. That's not me, this is me. That's called abhyasa. Dhyana abhyasa. That's enough. This is me, that's not me, is enough. You don't have to change even your mind. That will take care of itself. When you are indifferent, in a short time, it dies down. When you are indifferent, in a short time, it dies down. You don't have to worry. So this knowledge, and thereafter to know the difference between the being and the becoming, the discrimination between the real and the apparent, is called Viveka. Viveka is the essence of life, because if you do not know what to eat, what you should not eat, you will die. So Viveka is the basis of living. But all that Viveka doesn't give you immortality and bliss. That Viveka, which gives you immortality and bliss, is the crest jewel, means the height. You know, crest jewel is always on the head. That which is on the head. And therefore, this is called Vivekachudamani. All spiritual books talk only of this in different ways. The core of these teachings come from Upanishads. Upanishads being tears because they were spoken out in the white heat of meditation, as Gurudev says, by the rishis. In inspiration, they will not be coherent. Anytime you talk in inspiration and emotion, they can't be coherent. So, if that is the case, then how does the normal man get? Several compassionate people have made these things into tangible, comprehensible texts. They are called smritis. Shruti, smritis. Gita is a smriti. Bhagavad Gita is a smriti given by the most compassionate Lord, Sri Vedavyasa. So Upanishads or Shrutis, texts like Gita, Sanat Sujatiya, Vishnu Sahasranama, they are all called Smritis. Other than this, same truths given in story form, Puranas. And then you have Dharma Shastras. You have Itihasas like Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then you have books which give you categorical description. They are called Prakarana Granthas. They are called Prakarana Granthas. Out of these Prakarana Granthas, there are many. Vivekachudamani, Tattvabodh, Attvabodh, Panchadasi. All of them are Prakarana Granthas, in Panchadasi, etc. Out of them, Vivekachudamani has a special place. Gurudev loves Vivekachudamani because it's complete. It starts from the basis and step by step it takes you, gives everything. The knowledge of the self, the discrimination of the real and the unreal, the various layers of the personality, what are the means, what are the obstacles, how to overcome the obstacles, what is that state of experience, how you are that Tattvamasi. Mahavakyas are taught. Then the state of Jivan Mukti is also taught. The state of Jivan Mukti is also taught. See, it's a complete text where Sri Gurudev says, Shankara, the poet, sometimes excels the Shankara, the philosopher. It's so beautiful. You will see them, those verses. When you come, you will see. Gurudev chanted 35 and 36 of this text in Abbotsbury, Chennai. All the people who were there, who didn't know Sanskrit also, the way in which Gurudev chanted, they were all in tears. They were all in tears without knowing Sanskrit. That's the greatness of this book, Vivekachudamani. It's a Prakarana Granth, book of categories, done by Sri Shankaracharya. That's why he is called Shruti, Smruti, Purananam. Alayam is the abode. Karunalayam, compassionate. Otherwise, why should he do all this for us? His Karuna, if you want to see the Shankara Bhashya of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. He makes it very simple. If a normal man reads the translation also, he will understand everything. Rest of the places, what he does is, he tries to argue with the opponents, Sankhya, Yoga, Meemansakas, Buddhists and all that. So they are little difficult. Brihadaranyaka, like a story he takes. I wrote in my Brihadaranyaka Shankara commentary, I bow down to you not for your intellect, for the love that you have for us, that you made this so simple, beautiful. I wrote there. I became emotional and wrote. I bow down to you even for your intellect. I bow down to you for the love and compassion you have for us. Alayam Karunalayam. Namami Bhagavat Pada. Shankaram, who does auspicious. Loka Shankaram, who does good for the entire world. Right? So with that, let us start the text. First is prayer song, prayer to his Guru, Sri Shankara's Guru. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tam Agocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. I said, finite things are got through effort, infinite is only got through knowledge. Knowledge is gained by somebody telling you. If I am searching for my specs wearing like this, many people do this. Somebody will say, they are there. Then you gained what you have not thought you don't have. This is called praptasya prapti. Gaining things that you don't have is called apraptasya prapti. That is a gradual result, so it's called abhidaya phala. This is a infinite, immediate, eternal result, so this is called nishreyasa phala. So this knowledge is gained through the pointing out of a compassionate friend, teacher. Therefore, it's called aptavakya. Aptavakya. Through this aptavakya alone you can know that. And therefore, Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam. Vedanta, you cannot do anything without knowing about anything. Right? See, all of us have all the gadgets. Kausalya had problem with the mobile. Lalita has the problem with the link. I now have the problem with my headphone. My headphone is not working, but I have to show you I have something on my head at least, though not inside. Right? So all these still give us disturbances. All these knowledges. That knowledge which never disturbs us, which gives us the ultimate, is the end of all knowledges. Therefore, it's called Vedanta. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta, that which is established by them. Gocharam, known. Sanskrit is a lovely word. Gocharam is in simple translation, that which is known. Right? That which is known. But is that all? Go is sound, Shabda. Gocharam, that which is known through Shabda, implied meaning. There are several means of knowledge. Pratyaksha, I am seeing you. Knowledge. I am smelling smoke. Smoke is there, fire should be there, inference. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vahnihi. Pratyaksha anumana. Like this, there are various means of knowledge. Arthapatti, upamana, anupalabdhi, etc. Out of them, Shabda alone can give the infinite knowledge. So that Shabda Gocharam is called, Shabda is Go, Govinda, known through the Shabda, known through the Vedas. Gocharam, Govinda is that. Tam, that truth, that God, that immortal being, tam, agocharam. He cannot be known through the senses. Go is Shabda. Go are the senses. Read Gurudev's commentary in Bhaja Govindam. He gives all this beautifully. Go is Shabda. Go is senses. He is known through the Shabda, but not through the senses. Tam agocharam. Govindam, that who is recognized, known through the senses, and who is the very essence in the go, the substratum, all the matter, the existence. Govindam, Paramanandam, absolute immortal bliss, Sat Gurum. Every teacher is called a guru, but Sat Guru, the one who teaches you the eternal reality. Pranatosmi aham, I shall prostrate to him. Prostration, physical, is an expression of the prostration inside. That is why it's called Sa Asta Anga, Sastanga. What are the Astanga? Fall flat with the 5 organs of action, body, 5 kosas, all flat. But the mind, intellect, and the ego, 5 plus 3, 8. That's called Sastanga. Unless you surrender this, you don't surrender the ego. With the ego, you cannot recognize the Lord. Unless you surrender the dream, you cannot become one with the waker. Unless you surrender the dream, you cannot become the waker. Right? So surrender is not to be frightened. Surrender is to surrender all your false thoughts. That's all. If you say that's difficult for me, how do you expect to hold on in your mouth salt and enjoy a sweet? If you want to enjoy the sweet, you have to spit out the salt. You say it is difficult. God says, I can't save you. In fact, God doesn't save anybody. Take this truth from me. God doesn't save anybody. God doesn't harm anybody. Why? It's your karma. You have to go through that for your evolution. He doesn't interfere in that karma. But when you surrender, you detach from that karma. You detach from the body, mind, intellect, then God is all the time waiting for you to hug. You fall into his lap and you enjoy his status. That's the only thing he can do. Because he has given himself to you. What more he can give? He is waiting there. The blissful, immortal Bhagavan. What more can he give? So he cannot save you because you have to choose him. He is there with you. You have to choose him. Yam yesha vrunute. Him who chooses, to him he is available. He cannot save you. He cannot harm you also because he has no interest in the all myth. Essentially, you are him. Therefore, he doesn't interfere. Na datte kachachit papam, na chaiva sukritam vibhu. Gita, 5th chapter. Right? Na datte kachachit papam, na chaiva sukritam vibhu. Ajnanena avrutam. People are, by their own ignorance, suffering. I don't take anybody's punya or papa. I have nothing to do with that because they are all false. And then why you are not I am compassionate. How? Array, I am sitting in your dirt, in your filth, only for your sake, waiting, protecting all your systems. And if you recognize me, I give you myself. I have given you myself. You are not recognizing. What more you expect me to do? What more you expect me to do? Do not expect to change the life. It need not be, it should not be, like Bhagavan doesn't interfere. It has to be gone through to exhaust the prarabdha. But choose the God, the real in the apparent, the gold in the ornaments, the water in the waves and the bubble, the waker in the dreamer. Choose the Lord. By that choice, you become immortal, you become blissful. Same Mahabharata was. Arjuna saw catastrophe. Krishna saw an opportunity. Both the same. Arjuna saw names and forms. Krishna saw this self. That's all the difference. That's all the difference. So you have to surrender. You have to surrender. Okay, that is the prayer song. Govinda, he said, it can imply to both. His guru is Govinda Bhagavat Pada, who is a direct disciple of Gaudapada, who wrote Karika for Mandukya. That is Govinda. Also, Ishta Devata and Gruha Devata for Sri Shankara is Krishna. For Sri Shankara is Krishna. Therefore, Govindam. Jantunam narajanma durlabha atah pumstvam tato viprata tasmad vaidika dharma marga parata vidvattam asmat param atmanatma vivechanam svanubhavo brahmatmana samstitihi muktihi Muktirno Chetajanma Koti Sukrutehi Punyehi Vinalabhyate. Shetakoti Janma Sukrutehi Punyehi Vinalabhyate. 100 crores of lives of punya. Without that, you won't get these things. What is these things? Human form, human birth. Jantunam, that which is born is called a jantu. That which moves is called a jantu. That which moves, that which is born is a jantu. All of us are jantus. What makes you different from them? Dhru, knowledge. Nara, one who survives and sustains by knowledge, supported by knowledge, is called a Nara. Therefore, Jantunam, amongst those things that are just born and move, Narajanma Durlabaha, one who is endowed with the power of discrimination, with the power to know the truth, is called a Nara. Durlabaha is difficult to get. Pumstvam, in that masculineness. Pumstam is not Purusha. Pumstvam, masculineness means what? Guts. What guts you need for Vedanta? You need guts only for Vedanta. For two reasons. One, to get away from the temptations. Even that is easier. Second, in spite of all the challenges, crises, tragedies that you have, to stick on and to hold on to God. Because as you are evolving, God gives you subtler and subtler challenges, experiences, workshops. You get unbelievable crises, challenges. With all that to hold on to Him, you need to be a Purusha, not human body. Not merely a human body. Somebody said in some parliament, when the lady was very strong, there is only one man in this parliament, because the lady was stronger than all others. Right? I don't want to name, because today you even jokes you have to be careful, because you do not know what joke will lead you a bear. Right? Pumstvam, masculine. Because why this? Why are you interpreting like that? Because Vedanta Shastra has nothing to do with gender. It deals with self. Self is common to all. Nara janma durlabha tato punstvam viprata sattvic mind tasmat vaidika dharma marga parata. And after that, committed to the dharmachara prescribed by the Vedas, Vaidika dharma marga parata, vidvatvam, knowledge of the scriptures, asmat param, atmanatma vivechanam, the ability to think independently, discriminate between atma, your own self, anatma, not yourself, atma, the essence, anatma, not the essence, apparent, swanubhavo, the experience of that in yourself, brahmatmana samstiti, established in that being of yours, and freedom from all sorrows, muktihi, naha, shatajanma koti, sukritaihi, vina, Janma Sukoti Sukritaihi Punyaihi Vina. The merit accrued through actions of 100,000, 100 crore lives. You won't get these qualifications. So what is the message there? Oh, where am I going to get? No, you have already come here. You got all these qualifications. You see, verify. Go home and verify. The very reason you are listening here, the very reason out of 60, 30 have come. Right? And in that 30, I do not know how many are totally listening to me. That God only will know. Right? All that, these qualifications are already there. So you have already passed those Chatakoti Janma. You have crossed those Chatakoti Janma. Now you have to put effort to know that. Not the effort of action, cause and effect. Effort is only Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Having had the Aptavakya, reflect, try to live. That effort, which ends all other efforts. So you have already crossed through all those 100 crore lives. Right? Having got that, which is rare. Durlabham trayame vaitate daivanugraha hetukam Manushyatvam muktatvam mahapurusha samsrayaha. Shankara is saying, do not listen to Hemu. He is bluffing. Because Hemu said, God doesn't favor or doesn't harm. Here it says, Daivanugraha. hetukam, through the grace of God. Is God partial? Daivanugraha? No. Shankara himself gives an example. If there is a fireplace to save yourself from chillness, if you sit near it, it will protect you. If you ignore it, you will suffer the cold. Right? So also God is there for all. You tap him, he blesses you. You do not tap him, he doesn't bless. Therefore, it starts with Atma Krupa, your own decision to change. Subhecha, it's called in Yoga Vasistam. Subhecha, Atma Krupa. When you have Atma Krupa, your punya has brought you that level. That's called Daivanugraha. Your punya has brought you to that level. When you have come to that level, Atma Krupa, I must change. Since you are ready, God sends Guru to you. That is Daivanugraha. Because this is all God does. He has got all your thoughts, vasanas, everything with him. And he goes on according to your need, sending those experiences to you according to your need. This God does. So now you are ready. He sends you Guru. So Atma Krupa, Ishvara Krupa or Deva Krupa, then Guru Krupa, ultimately Shastra Krupa. Ultimately Shastra Krupa. Daivanugraha hetukam. Manushyatvam. Three things are impossible without his blessing. Manushyatvam, to get a human body. Mumukshutvam, a burning desire to get freed from all these endless varieties of tortures and limitations. Mumukshutvam. Even these are possible. The last one you cannot get without his grace. Mahapurusha Samsraya. The company of the great souls. You don't need anything, Vidvatvam and all that. You hold on to a Mahapurusha, you will get it automatically. So what do? I don't know. There are billions of Mahapurushas all around you. You recognize them and hold on to them. Satsang. Satsang. Without satsang, you cannot develop. Satsang is the anchor. Satsang is the power. Satsang is that which gives you strength to face the challenges of your life and to go to him. First qualification that you need is satsang. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam. Right? Third chapter Gita. Okay. Durlabham trayame vaitad daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samsrayaha. Vadantu shastran. Sorry, no. Labdha katanchin narajanma durlabham tatra pipumstvam smrutipara darshanam yasvatma mukto nayate tamudadi nahyatmahaswam sahyatmahaswam vinihanti asadgrahat. Labdha katanchin narajanma durlabham. Having got this most difficult narajanma, tatra pipumstvam, there also the manliness, sutipara darshanam, and exposure to the shastras, yes, swatma mukto, one who doesn't strive for liberation of his own self from the tyranny of his own mind. Mudadehi, his intellect is covered. Muda is covered. Mo. Nahi atmaha, he commits suicide. Sa atmaha swam, sa atmaha vinihanti. He destroys himself. Why? Asadgrahat. He is holding on to that which is not real. How can he save himself? To hold on to dream money. How can you solve your waking problems? Asadgrahat. You are holding on all these dhana, jana, yavana as real. They are all asad. They cannot save you. Ma kuru dhana jana yavana garvam harati nimeshat kalas sarvam maya maya midamakenam buddha brahma padam tvam pravishabhidikha. Yatah konvasti mudhatma yastu swarthe pramadhyati durlabham manusham deham prapta tatra viposhat. Where is there a greater fool than this man, having got all these human body and then the masculinity, all this having got, the one who ignores his own welfare, Can there be a greater fool than him? Vadantu shastrani yajantu deva kurvantu karmani bhajantu devataha atmaikya bodhena vina vimuktihi na siddhyati brahma shatantarepi. Earlier he said 100 crore lives. Now he says lifetime of 100 Brahmas. Lifetime of 100 Brahmas. You know Shastras, Vadantu Shastrani, Yajantu Devan, worship gods, Kurvantu Karmani, do holy acts, Ishtapurtam and all that, Bhajantu Devataha, serve gods, Atmaikya Bodhena Vina, without the knowledge of the self, Vimuktihi, freedom from ignorant mind, Na Siddhyati, you will not get. You will not get. Why? Antidote for ignorance is knowledge, not karma. Karma is a product of ignorance. Avidya, kama, karma. You are ignorant of the self, therefore you feel inadequate, therefore desire, therefore action. Avidya, kama, karma. Right? Karma is a product of avidya. How can that destroy avidya? Avidya can be destroyed only by knowledge. Darkness, by sweeping, you cannot get rid of darkness. Bring a light, it will disappear. So only knowledge is the means. Amritatvasya nashasti vityenetyeva hi srutihi braviti karmano muktihi ahetutvam sputam yataha. Karmanaha muktihi ahetutvam. It's not logical, it's not possible. That is not a cause. Karma is not a cause for gaining knowledge of the Brahman. And all other things, amritatvasya nashasti, there is no hope of immortality with all this wealth of knowledge, wealth of people, Shastra, Praja, Dhana, all that is Vitta. Right? Through these external possessions, you cannot gain that immortality, says Brudaranyaka. Therefore, he says, Srutihi. Brudaranyaka, who says? Yajnavalkya says. To who? His wife Maitreyi. He asks, you are giving all this wealth to me, will that give me immortality? He says, no, sorry, it cannot give. Amrutatva nashasti. He says that. Then she says, keep this wealth to yourself. Give me that knowledge and go. And what you should do? Uddared atmana atmanam. Magnam samsara varito. Your state, Magnam samsara, drowned in this ocean of samsara. You have to lift yourself by yourself. Uddared atmana atmanam. Yoga rodaha, having mastered your mind. That's called Yoga Roda, 6th chapter Gita. Integrated the mind and Yoga Roda. Yoga Roda yoga ruratvam asadhya, having gained samyak darshana nishtaya.
Uncle, we have left the
Having
eighth
right.
shloka.
Huh?
The eighth shloka we have left out, Uncle.
Amma?
Eighth shloka.
Oh, eighth I missed, is it? Eighth is not a good number, therefore I missed. Anyway, I'll come back to that. Now you see, my phone is working. I'm able to hear. Lalita, something wrong with you. Okay, eighth is Vadantu sa. Sixth is
Ato
done.
vimukyai prayateta vidwan.
Seventh I've done. Okay. Ato vimukye prayate tavidwan sanyasta bahyartha sukasprasan santam mahantam samupetya deshikam tenopadishtartha samahitatma. We will see all this on Friday. From 8th onwards, we will do on Friday. Right? In that, repeated thing is hold on to satsang. Where do I go? You will get enough. If you don't, Krishna is all the time sitting in you, within you. Poor man, waiting your attention. You can't get a better satsang than that. Hold on to him. Tell him every 1 second. He should get fed up. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, I love you. Krishna, I love you. Right? He should get fed up. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you all. God bless you all.